So if you've already fallen off of this challenge, this video is going to be for you. One of my favorite meditation teachers has a really simple instruction for whenever your mind wanders during a meditation practice. Start again. That's it. And I know you might think that seems a little too simple, but here's what most people, including me, get wrong about meditation when we first start, okay? We think the goal is to have this perfectly clear mind with no thoughts and total stillness. And then the moment we get caught up in a chain of thoughts, we feel like we're doing something wrong, like we're failing, okay? But we're not. Our mind wandering is actually a critical part of the meditation practice. In fact, it's necessary to get to the next part, which is when we catch ourselves or notice that our mind is wandering. And then we return to our breath and we start again. Noticing, returning, starting again, over and over and over. That is the meditation practice. And the reason I'm bringing this up right now is because this Spirit First Challenge works the same way. And I also want to admit to you that I fell off the wagon. Again, last night, okay? My willpower was really low. I had my phone in my hand, and an hour later, I caught myself still looking at this negative social media content. The old version of me would have spent this entire morning blaming myself, replaying it in my head, telling myself that, I have no discipline and I keep saying I'm going to change, but I never do, that I'm just too far gone to stay with anything for this challenge or whatever. And if any of that sounds familiar, the Buddha actually had a name for it. He called it the second arrow. And the best way to picture that is if could think about you just out doing your life and an arrow flies out of just nowhere and it hits you, right? And that might be a mistake you made or some slip up, something that wounds you. And that's the first arrow. You didn't want it to happen, but it happened and somehow you got a little hurt, right? But then you reach down and you pick up a second arrow and you shoot that into yourself. And that's your self-judging mind. It's the voice in your head that tells you, you can't do this. You're never going to change. What's the point? You might as well just give up, right? And even though the wound from the first arrow can and will heal, it doesn't, because we just keep shooting ourselves with literally thousands of second arrows from mistakes that we made in the past, sometimes from like years and even decades in our past. The fact is, we're doing it to ourselves, and it doesn't help anything. So this morning, I didn't judge myself. I just started again. And that's the whole game, right? It's not having a perfect winning streak or having amazing willpower. It's just keep returning to the practice. And every time you return, that means the practice is working. Anyway, that's day number 4. I'm starting again. So what about you? When was the last time that you blamed yourself more than you should have for falling off of a habit? Please drop it in the comments below. I would love to know how you found your way back. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye.